What's up, guys? Chaz and Charlie. And today I want to discuss, is being alone one of your triggers? I wouldn't say recently, but I have noticed about myself, probably one of my biggest triggers for having an issue with quitting weed was being alone. When I think about, when my wife would leave the house or I'm at the house by myself, I just felt like there was free time for me to smoke. Smoking started off as a thing I would do with my friends, but the older I got, I still smoke weed. But I started to smoke weed by myself versus it being like this, tool for social interaction. It became my own private thing. So I've noticed if I do, like, at this point in my life, get an urge. I wouldn't say I get urges, but there are moments to where I'm like, okay, I would probably smoke now. It's when I'm alone. When I'm busy or when I'm around people, when I have social interaction, I'm not clamoring to smoke. But it's when I'm alone, when I'm by myself, that's when I get my main urges. And I think about, I thought about also, I fantasized about like going on a solo camping trip by myself, being alone. And I'm like, I probably wouldn't have as much fun because I feel like I would want to smoke weed if I was camping by myself. So I realized being alone is probably, at this point, my main trigger. I'm not triggered by seeing weed. I'm not triggered by smelling weed. I'm not triggered by really thinking about the old days. But the idea of being alone is a big trigger for me. And I could imagine in our society now where especially young men are more alone than ever, don't have much social, this dog, don't have much social interaction. We have most of our interactions, crazy dog. Most of our interactions online. So again, we're in a society where a lot of young men are alone. We're not actually meeting friends in person. We're not meeting women in person. So being alone is really maximized today in our society. And when you think about things like addiction, and when you think about when people get addicted, a lot of the reason is the fear of being alone. We don't like being alone with our thoughts. There are many people who can't actually drive to work, drive somewhere without music or without a podcast playing, just driving in silence. The idea of being alone with your thoughts is scary. You got people who can't sleep without a television. And you think these things, almost my whole family, not my wife, my children, but my mom, my siblings, they all sleep with a TV on. And they have always just, took it as something being normal. But it's really not normal to want to sleep with sound going, want to sleep with news on, want to sleep with... My mom actually watched crime shows, that was y'all, like your dreams have to be horrible. But anyway, people who can't even sleep in silence, that's crazy. People cannot sleep in silence, let alone drive to the store or just be at the house thinking. So I think addiction, does really feed off this idea of being alone, being depressed. We all want to be depressed. Depression is in style now, but a lot of it is driven from being alone, because as humans, we are made to be in a tribe. We're made to be around people. We're made to have family. We're made to have friends. We're made to have spouses. We're made to have significant others. And when we don't have that, versus, us thinking we don't want that or we don't need that, our natural body does need that. So we're making up for that in society now, while we're consuming more social media. watching more internet, taking more drugs. We're kind of out. The alcohol isn't big as it was, which is good. People shouldn't drink like that because there are more physical side effects to alcoholism. But with that being said, we're doing much more drugs. We're, like I said, taking much more weed, much more psychedelics, much more pills, much more hard drugs like fentanyl. And it is stemming from being alone or the fear of being alone. So if you've noticed yourself, when you're by yourself and you get the urge to want to smoke, I think that's normal. But I think we should learn to fight that urge, do something better with your time, go work out, go do a couple push-ups, but don't let being alone be a trigger for you to fall into the cycle of addiction. Because although we are creatures that, need interaction and need a tribe and need significant others, it's also good to have a long time. It's good to sit in silence. It's good to take a walk by yourself. The idea of me actually walking, I didn't like walking without smoking. Whether I was walking Charlie or walking by myself, I either wanted to be high or be smoking while I'm walking. So just this simple task, to me, I didn't feel complete unless I was actually high or smoking. But a long time is good. It's good to process your mind, process your thoughts, and really, learn about yourself. Because a lot of times we don't even know our true selves. Like, everybody got out of control fucking dogs. I'm so sick of barking fucking dogs. So, anyway. I'm sorry, guys. My nerves are irked. But being alone is good. It's good to know yourself. A lot of times we don't actually know ourselves. We don't actually deal with our own emotions. We don't actually deal with our own feelings. And we don't know that until we mute all the noise, till we sit in silence, till we actually meditate on our thoughts. And we shouldn't do that while we're high, because sometimes weed can kind of either dictate or kind of collude our thoughts. We need to be thinking in our most natural, in our true self, in our most clear state of mind. So guys, until next time, I would love for you to like, subscribe, share. Most importantly, I would love for you to comment below. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you feel. Until next time, guys, we are all in this together. Peace.
Light the flame, burn the haze, losing track, losing days, thoughts all fading, turning gray, time to find a better way. Eyes so heavy, mind adrift, searching for a needed shift. Got to let go, got to lift, make this change, give life a gift. Breaking free from smoky nights, holding tight to clearer sights. In the dark I'll find my light, letting go, I'm taking flight. Clouds above, they start to clear, facing life without that fear. Heartfelt moments, now sincere, Paths once blurred, now crystal clear.